Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Just Fun Stuff and another Just Fun tour. And as always, I can't wait to get into this island. We are going to be touring the island of Exposure. And this is like a nuclear desert. It's kind of a little toxic. It's not like a happy place to come and vacation. But at the same time, you come in off the airport and it's really sunny. And I don't know, the cacti are beautiful. So let's see what we are in for. Let's first check our map. Okay, so obviously there's a little residential type area in the back. Through the middle, it looks like some definite terraforming. There are some definite ramps. There is a lot of pathwork, so I'm guessing like sand. This is a desert, so I'm guessing sand, but we will see. I can't wait to get in it. Let's check out villagers. We have Dobby, Lucky, Chester. We have Pico, Kiki, Tabby, Marcel, Billy, Vesta, and Ruby. And of course, the dream address is down at the bottom. So if you want to hop on and tour along with me, that's amazing. Save it for another time. It'll also be in the description with the creators' information. You should definitely go and check them out. With that being said, let's get into Exposure. So we are coming out of the airport, and you know this is a desert. It already says hazard. Coming right out of the airport. I love the customs that they're using for the broken ground. I was expecting just almost like regular sand, but it's not. It's such a custom path with the cracked ground. And look at the tire tracks everywhere. The garbage, they actually have like the plastic things that hold cans together. Bad for the turtles. Then we have the hazard sign, even right by the well. And there are a few little gifts here by resident services. So let's go ahead, pick them up, open them up, and then we'll see what we got. Okay, so we have different attire that we can dress ourselves in to kind of fit in with the theme of the island. We'll start at the front here. We have rubber toe high tops, a market auctioneer's cap, impish horns, a dirty tank top, I'm living for that, a gas mask, linen dress, and patch knee pants. And I feel for Poppy's look, we're gonna go patch knee pants. We are gonna work with the gas mask because I feel like that's necessary. And I don't think yeah, the dirty tank top. That is the look we are going for today. There's also little bags of goodies on the side of the ground. There's a handheld lantern. There's party poppers, pinwheel, a Nook pennant, beanbag tossing kit, a duster, and some sparklers. I think we're going to go with the lantern. I feel like that would be beneficial to hold while we're walking through. Okay, so we are now dressed up. We are ready to get into Exposure, and we are going to start along the front, but can we just stop and look at the layering and the build behind? That looks nuclear. It looks dirty and nasty and old and forgotten and just, I love it. I love the light. I bet you it's really cool at night. But let's continue our tour along the front and we'll work our way through. And I'm wondering if that is the wall, like the big wall separating the island. We will see. This looks like a main house right off the bat. And look at all the supplies that they have sitting out front. I love that. They've got all the boxes of potatoes. There's canned foods. There's garbage everywhere. It looks like this used to be a street, like this used to be pavement, but this has been long forgotten. Oh, I see a sign in the back that says under isolation. I love that. But let's go in and check out the main house. Oh, wow. It's just so kind of what I was expecting, and yet not. Like, it is run down. It is just like a one-room shanty. It looks like they have to sew and make their own clothing. They've got some stuff behind them, a couple boxes. a really old TV. At least they still have TV. The couch it's a little rough. Everything is a little rough if we're being honest. They've got just a simple little kitchen area. This is I mean, to be expected. You're number one, you're in the desert. Number two, it's a nuclear desert. This is what I would expect. And I feel like it's time for these people to move. And then you come upstairs and it's so cute. Is this like a before? This is what it was like before. It was kind of beautiful and green and the cacti were everywhere and it was all natural and beautiful. The little gyroid in the middle is too cute. I do love when people create rooms and make them look like the outdoors. I think I've done that before and I think it's just so much fun what you can do inside a room with the items that you have. But this is so cute and I'm going to call this my before room. And downstairs is like, I'm not even going to call it a specimen room. I feel like they're just trying to save nature down here. This is their way of trying to preserve something because you can see they've got the little bonsai table with like the trees in there. And then you've got all the display cases with all the wildlife in it. Like this is what used to live here. Now it can't because it's a horrible, horrible place. I love that. I love that. The whole idea of this house. You have like a before on the upper floor and then you have this like really desolate living space on the second floor and then downstairs it's like a little conservancy. I'm loving this. Back out into this kind of toxic wasteland nuclear. I mean, obviously it's toxic if it's nuclear, but it's kind of sad in a way. Beautifully decorated. Oh, there's a rat! By the turtles, there's a rat custom on the ground. And we have a villager home right here. And they, again, the same thing. The houses are just, I love the customs with the panels and the way that they've layered them with the jail bars. And you've got the storefronts. And it just creates that bigger style house. But I love that it's all kind of tattered and shattered and broken down. They've still got lots of preserves and items around the house as well. Because, again, you got to stock up. A little nuclear area. Look at the bag on the floor. The ground, all of the skeletons everywhere. The beaches are oh, that skeleton is like leaching toxic material. That is so green all over the beach. Okay. So there's pitfall seats on the beach. If you are touring, please be careful. You will get stuck. What? Oh, I do see an actual pitfall seat beside that. So now I'm worried. Is that everywhere? Is it just here? And oh my goodness, how cute is this? They've got the little chickens surrounding the little cage. They're using the bug cage for changing, but it looks like a chicken coop. And then they have the chickens light up around it. That's such a cute little idea. I don't trust these beaches anymore. I'm on edge now. I'm looking for every little crack in the ground. Yeah, that's not happening again. Oh, look at the little ducks. Surrounded by garbage and horrible stuff, but trying to survive over here. And then towards the back, you've got this area. It's all full of like graffiti and garbage, but I love the way that's built and put together. I love the graffiti customs. That's so cool. And again, tons and tons of layering. And they have the gears and items in here as well. So there's like a lot of creaking noise. There's fire behind here, so it's almost like somebody's living space. It's kind of creepy. I see holes in the ground. I'm not going near that. Under isolation, I am not going near any more pitfall seeds. This looks like it used to be something, like there's TVs in the window. Was this a store? Was this some sort of lab? I don't know. Is this a place where people can get information about what's going on? I'm thinking like crazy movies, but I love the way that's built. They have the half panels. They have the simple panels. They have fencing, storefronts. They have the retro transportation stations. I love that. They have pillars up there. The lights everywhere going inside the display cases. That's just amazing. And I bet you it's really, really, really interesting at night. And can we talk about the UFO custom on the back of the transportation station? I mean, it's a nuclear desert. Makes sense. And we saw this before with all the layering. And I'm guessing... I don't know. This almost feels like... the wall. I'm thinking, obviously, if you look at the map at the bottom, this is where that wall is. And it's almost like it's separating the two areas. Don't enter, don't enter. Is it like somewhat safer in the front and not as safe in the back? I don't know, but this looks like it also used to be like a train station or a subway type station. But I'm kind of obsessing over the customs and the way that they've layered them, and this feels, I don't know, it's got like a movie feel to it. You can really kind of run wild with your imagination, and I love the TVs and all the displays up top. Like there's so much movement and color. This is really cool. There's a ladder here. Does that mean I can get up here, or is it just kind of like tricking me? I feel like it's tricking me. There's a lot of do not enter here. Let's keep going. Under isolation. Look at this wall. I'm going to find a way to get past. There obviously has to be a way to get past. We are going to find it. Where are we? This is just resident service. There's more holes in the ground, and I'm like a little traumatized. I don't know if there are actual like fossils have popped up over time, if gyroids are buried, or if it's an actual pitfall seed. So we will see. I'm sure that if I'm not paying attention, we'll hit something else. I'm just trying to pay attention. I'm kind of obsessing over the wall, though. The wall is just so cool to me. The amount of stuff you have to put in and layer and place just right so you don't see anything. And it looks scary. Like, I wouldn't be able to get over that. There's got to be a way. I do see a sign over there. I just don't want to miss anything on the front of the island. So I think the best way to tackle exposure is to go front first, then back. Oh, look, a little present. Now, see, this doesn't feel so awful right here. It feels very natural, like really dry. They could use some rain, but it's pretty natural feeling, and it's not so scary. There's another pitfall seed, but that one can't hurt us. And I do see some villager houses here, and it looks like one of the villagers is home. I love how every house is just surrounded by supplies. Now, this one looks like a house that's doing some fishing. And this is more of like, there's definite baking going on, but there's also preserving and canning. I don't know. I do know that all the houses are decorated, so let's go inside and check it out. Okay. This house is faring not great, but a lot better than the main house. The main house, it made me feel sad on the first floor. And not in the way they decorated. The way they decorated was exactly what I think my feelings were going for. They made it really interesting and really kind of sad. And, you know, you're in a nuclear desert. This feels like he's holding on to a little more of a homey feel. He's got the nicer kitchen. He's got tons and tons of food and preserves. He's got his little seating area here, his bed. His little... Oh, he's got a picture of his friend over by his bed. I love that. These are cute, though. I love the wall. It's all kind of broken and just yuck, but I love the house. Really cute. Back out onto the beaches. I'm loving the customs for the broken pavement everywhere. Also, the tire tracks are so cool. I love the tire tracks. Like, people have been exploring through this desert, and that's such a cool custom. I think it would be fun used on a farm style island too, or even like a construction style island if you were going in that with the new construction items that we have. That's such a cool custom. Oh, and look at this house. This house is hanging on. This is a farm, like straight up farm. There's chickens in the back laying eggs. They've got chicken coops. They've planted potatoes. The little fishing area out front, but I love that. They're kind of, you know, self-sufficient, and it does look like the villagers' home, so let's check out what they've done with their house. Oh my goodness, the inside is literally a chicken coop, and how cool is that? They've got simple panels, they have storefronts built up. They're using, I can't even remember what these are called. The little room dividers, or I can't remember. They're like an original item, but I love them, and they've got the customs with the leaves. And that's kind of blocked off with a bean bag or bean tossing kit. Bean something. And then they've got all the fruit and vegetables, but I love that. It's like a little safe place for chickens. And then a bed. He's like protecting the chickens. Fair enough. Love that. Back outside, walking along the front. See, this is just like a desert. Like, there are still flowers trying to bloom and cacti growing and the trees everywhere. Now, the garbage everywhere kind of sucks, but I mean, this doesn't feel so horrible. Oh, we have come across the museum. Oh, it's like a little hospital site. An on the beach hospital site or research site. No, I'm gonna say like a hospital safe zone because it's got the sign there. Oh, what's this? There's a ladder. Is this like something we were meant to find, like explore with? Oh, I see the owner up there as well, so we're gonna have to check that out. But is that necessary? Do we need the ladder? I'm kind of excited that we found a ladder because there is that giant wall to scale. But I love that we found the museum. I love that it is in tent form still, so fitting of this island. Like if you just had a big giant museum, I don't think it would fit so well. That works so well. And I don't know, the color, the army green color that it's got going on it with the whole hospital safety sign over here. It just works. I love that. And along the same lines, we have the campsite over on this side, and yeah, it looks like it might be somebody's residence. There's garbage out front. There's a car kind of parked out back, a little shed. So it looks like this might be where somebody is being forced to live. It looks, yeah, it's almost created into the island as a house, and that's so cool. Danger. Oh, now we're getting interesting. Is this like a bike rental? Oh, this is like a subway. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like it's a whole subway station. I don't think it's running anymore. There's a ticket left on the ground. Somebody left their luggage. I love that there's a danger sign. And what used to be, I'm assuming, a lovely little platform, but it's all broken up. But I love the build of that subway. That's so cool. They have, I don't even know what that machine is in the front, but I know it's one of the newer items, and I also know it's expensive. But I love the transportation stations that they're using. What's in behind it? They have these stand-ees. That is such a cool item. Is it just panels, simple panels? I love that. That is one of the coolest subways I've ever seen. That is so cool. You can still see people kind of in the window, but I love the whole setup here where people have parked their bikes. You can come and buy tickets over here. You've kind of got the station, what used to be the station here. And look at the build in behind with the lighthouses. That's amazing. I love the layering and the way that they've used. I'm going to call them cabanas. I know they are not. There is a name. But they've got like the cabana builds in the back that are surrounded by the panels and the storefronts and the transportation stations. And it's just so cool. And then built up with the lighthouses. What used to be a subway station. Can we just appreciate that? That is so cool. The lights on the top. That's amazing. And then, oh, you got little metal parts everywhere. I love the tracks. That is so cool. And then it just ends and we are in the hazard zone. We were here. I did see, this is kind of where we left off in the back because I remember seeing this sign and there are stairs. So we may not need a ladder. I just kind of want to go along the front and again, can we just appreciate that whole subway situation was amazing. And then you have this wall. Just a wall that I don't know if I can get up, but it's so cool. The graffiti and the paint everywhere. I love that you can kind of walk in and amongst it and see all of the designs and the layering, and you can really appreciate how much custom work went into this when you kind of tip up like this and you see the groundwork where we're standing. You can see the customs on the top of what would have been the cliffside, and they've made it so industrial, like they've built an actual wall. That is just so cool. All right, moving along. Going up the stairs that we found into the hazard zone under isolation. There are lights everywhere. Can we actually get across this way? There's... Ah! And can I go this way? Haha! That's a trap. Guaranteed. 100%. Do I want to test my theory? I kind of do, because there's stairs there as well. This is a warning. And my theory is correct. Do not step on anything on the ground. They're all pitfall seeds. And then you're trapped. And we're out. Love the dedication though. Oh, I love the ladder in the front. Can we, is that like an actual ladder? It is one of the, why did I think that that was just a pattern? So you can use that ladder. You didn't necessarily need to find the ladder by the museum. That was just a fun little discovery. And then you... Oh, wow. Is that ever isolated in the back? But this kind of brings us to the top of the wall. And you can see a lot more of what's going on behind the wall. It's, definitely... I'm sorry, I'm not trying to push you. Definitely isolated, but oh, that's where Nook's Cranny and stuff is. We need to get down there and check that out. Oh, you can! There's an area there. Oh, there's stairs, or you can kind of... There's a ladder right there. So there's lots of options to get on the wall and then over the wall. That is so cool. We're going to take the stairs. And down and in. Oh, what? Oh, that's a motel. That's a motel I would not want to be staying at. It's, it says don't enter. So obviously this was like a beforehand motel before whatever went down. But I love the build of it. So much layering and so much going on. I love the hazard symbols, the customs, the actual motel on the kind of like rusted metal is amazing. The curved street lamps work so well in this, and then you can tell this used to be at some point paved. Walking along the beach, knowing there are pitfall seeds everywhere, so being really careful. We are coming up on a residence house. I see a lot of fish, but I see a lot of toxic waste. I also see some scaffolding and stuff, so maybe they're trying to rebuild. But then you have, like, toxic sludge under the barrel in the back. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what's inside. We have Dobby's house, and Dobby is, I feel like I was right on that. I feel like Dobby has been doing some rebuilding. Dobby is working on like creating his safe space because it's not all tattered and kind of yucky in here. He's got fish everywhere. He's got nice wood walls and wood floors. He's got plants growing. He's got I love how they created that double bed together. That's so cute. I never even realized until I walked up to it that it's a double bed created by them using the wood partition. That's so cute. What a fun idea. He's got his books on the bed. He's got his boots beside. Dobby is over here just creating his best life in his little house, and I'm living for it. All right, leaving Dobby behind. We're kind of behind his house. Lots and lots of, oh, there's the owner again, finally. Lots and lots of, like, turtles, wildlife, moss. Let's say hello. Welcome. Well, thank you for having us. It is so far horribly wonderful. Oh, there is, oh my goodness, look at the aliens have taken over. There is an alien invasion. I love that at the beginning of the island before we crossed the wall, there was that like UFOs with the question mark kind of on the back, like propaganda. And then you come in and there are. I love that they included the addition of the UFOs. That's amazing. Oh, and it's right behind the motel. Okay, so don't go to the motel. And then what used to be the movie theater. You can get your tickets or be like a concession stand you can see. Place to go in. I love the costumes too. This feels like an old movie I've seen before, if that makes any sense to anybody. But I'm kind of loving that cinema custom. I love the rusted. I love how behind the wall, it's kind of like what used to be a town. And in front of the wall is kind of like they're trying to rebuild. It's this. The aliens have taken over everywhere here. There's crop circle-y like designs all over the ground. The gyroids. I love the gyroids as aliens. They have such an alien-like face. And then you've got all the floating meteors around this. Okay, this area is amazing. That's so funny. Oh, one of the aliens came down. Perfectly placed on those customs, if I might add. That's so cute. I love details like that. That is so cool. And that's motel. And this is where Nook's Cranny is. I was gonna say I feel like Nook's is right here because I saw the shopping carts and kind of the car. So yes, this is where the wall was, where you could come down the ladders. And there's Nook's Cranny, but it is under isolation. You cannot go shopping there. There's some old product and stuff sitting out front that's kind of in front of the fence. I personally wouldn't eat it, but I mean, it's there, and if you're desperate. I love the cars everywhere and how there used to be roads. Like you can, this part of the island, you get that feeling like this was a fully functioning town. At some point, this wasn't always a desert-like area. This was something, and I love that. I love a good theme island, and I love a good themed island done well. This is amazing. Oh no! Oh no, that's dark. Okay, I know it's a dummy, but the way that they have the legs sticking out from behind the shed, are you kidding me? I don't know if I am like overly impressed or horrified. Kind of both. Oh, okay, that's funny. In a not funny way. There's just a body. behind a shed. I'm hoping it's just a dummy behind a shed. That's what it is. Dummy behind a shed, but I love that. Okay. Walking along the front. Oh, you can get out into the main part. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything from the alien invasion. Back here before we head out to any other part. Because this area is kind of like so much fun. Oh, another alien. Oh, I want to cross into this and see all the gyroids. Can I get around? No, I knew I couldn't get past it, and we're in another pitfall seed. Kind of love that they've booby-trapped the entire place. Oh. There's Tom Nook. Have you seen Tom Nook? Nobody has. The aliens have taken over. They're over here having like a little conversation. And these gyroids are like so perfect for that. They have like that typical alien face look to them. Okay. So, like, literally they're adorable, but I feel like they're sinister. Alright, heading back the way we were because there's, like, an entrance past the body. That's so dark. And into another part of the island. And we have some houses, and this is almost like Hazard, like a cemetery temple area. Again, you can see the big wall here. I love the use of the decayed trees. There is a pitfall seed there. I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know because other things pop up, but there's nothing I need to get that close to in here to find out if it is another pitfall seed. I do see a villager house right here. Warning. I don't know. This feels like a memorial area for some reason. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of depressing. Oh, Kiki's not home, so we can't go visit Kiki. But I feel like, is this where all the residents that used to live here are now? It's a little creepy. It's a little sad, but in the same way, it's done so well and so pretty. Let's head back in. Past all the decayed trees. And up to this build. This was, at some point, this is under isolation. This is the hazard. Hazard signs everywhere. This is where all the waste is. Look at all the barrels they have lined up on the top. Perfect customs being used. So much layering. The broken glass, the panels, the transportation station. This is so well done. But this is where everything bad is. Everything bad leaching out into this city came from this building. This is the worst building. Oh, and you can get back up onto the wall from here. I love that you can get onto the wall and around it from all areas, but I love the way that they built it up to separate these two areas. I think I'm on to something there. I feel like the front is the safe zone. Like they're trying to rebuild, make things happen, and in the back it's like, just don't go beyond the wall. Okay, we are up again at what looks like a hospital site. There's hospital beds, there's wheelchairs, there's like a little shed, there's some supplies. You see the medical signs in the front. I'm hoping they're home. Lucky, that is your house, and Lucky just left, so I'm guessing inside would be the hospital. That's another reason to come back and check it out, is you always get to see who's home and who's not home. We're definitely in that little residential area on the map that we saw. Nobody's home here, but again, it looks like they were getting ready to leave. There's bags, boxes, all sorts of luggage and stuff. It looks like these people were on the out. I'm hoping they got out. Definitely not home. Whose house would this have been? Would have been Pico's house. Can't tell if anyone's home here. Chester is not home as well, but the same thing. It looks like they've got like boxes of maps and papers and tapes and bags and all sorts of stuff that they were just trying to get out. A little more towards the back of the island, we have more residence houses, and it looks like they still have a car here. They have laundry in the back. They're in it for the long haul. Let's check out the inside of this house. Okay. They're sticking it out. I mean, they've got lots of artwork, flowers. They've got their dishes, their living area. They have mushrooms growing out of the table on the ground. I love that they did that. This is like totally contaminated and the perfect house. Oh my goodness, for this area on the island. It's so contaminated, and I'm not saying bad things to Tabby. Awesome, a visitor. It's funny because I had this dream where someone was going to visit me. Or wait, am I just like thinking of the dream I'm having now where you visit me? What is it with dreams being so confusing me? Wow. I'm just saying Tabby is the perfect resident for this house. Tabby has a look. And it's different. Not bad. Just different and somehow fitting for this house. Oh, I love it. Back outside, and this kind of caught my eye on the beach, like this little memorial area with the flowers and the candles set up, and it's such a calm feeling over here as opposed to the rest of the island. That's there's a lot going on, and this is just, you know, kind of in remembrance of everything that was this town at one point. I wonder what the town's name was. I wonder what the houses looked like before. I wonder what it was like before these aliens came and kind of took over, or whatever was going on at this factory happened, because this is the source of all the problems for sure. But just such a fun island. It's super fun to explore, to come up with your own theories. They've done such an amazing job, almost like creating a story with the way that they've done it. Because again, you go in thinking this is a desert, but no, it wasn't always a desert. This was a town at some point. There's a cinema and the motel and the stores and the houses. So what an amazing job. Such a fun island to come and visit, check out the customs, check out the way they've done it. Again, kind of get a feel for the story almost that they're trying to tell. I had an amazing, amazing time. I'm hoping you guys had just as much fun as I did. Definitely come and check it out. Spend some time on your own. Watch out for pitfall seeds. I am going to go ahead and end it here, though. I want to thank you guys so much for coming on this tour with me, for liking, for subscribing. And as always, you know I am going to be back with more Animal Crossing videos.